damn that Masao. It's not like he had anything to do with me anyway. Wait. What's that noise? Wait, no. Welcome back to Let's Play Project Diva F. So, random clip there is a Masao and Slenderman reference. Oh, come on, man! I hit the record button and just the dog starts barking immediately in the background. He's downstairs, for crying out loud. Always happens. But yeah, while I haven't like LP'd Slender because, well, what's to really LP? It's don't really know how to describe it, really. I mean, the version I played was like, get the notes or you die. Probably get all the notes and you probably still die. So I just like, randomly just like, why didn't I blend the two together? And that's the result. So we left off with this, so we begin with this. Here we go. There's probably something I wanted to say at the start of this. Oh yes, now I remember. You know the kind of excellent results that you get at the end of the song. I just have that kind of E minor pentatonic kind of thing where I'm just like that I play for it, because without it, it's literally just silence. It'd be pretty weird, really. At some point, I will just like leave like the end of a song, like the result, just in complete silence, just to show you how it seems without my added little kind of melody over it. But I was just messing around with my guitar yesterday, and I just decided to record a bit of it. And I think I pretty much played the same thing, only maybe a bit differently. Well, definitely differently, because it wasn't in the same spot of the guitar, but it sounded almost identical, but sounded a lot more metal, and it's actually a video recording, so you actually get to see my glasses slightly, so I'll just show that random thing there. And with that out of the way, let's go to the recommended section. Another thing I keep forgetting to do is to comment on the images I show right at the start of a song, where the Vocaloids are, well, just one of them, because I can't put two of them in the same image, because then it just like doubles the image in the background to do that. Because you can't use two Vocaloids at once in that. But I haven't really commented on the images, really, have I? So far, ones I've used have been... Well, there was one like... at Bridgend College, there was one... Well, there were quite a few at various castles, like... Caerphilly Castle, I know, that was showed. Bringaro Park was in quite a few of them. I think even a bit of Northern Ireland was also there as well. Belfast, Bangor, just like... I'll comment on all those images of maybe later on in the LP, maybe show them all. Because it's quite neat to, you know, put the Vocaloids with your own pictures that you've taken. It's quite nice. But anyways, I'm holding a can here, so should probably put that down when actually playing the game, because can't do that with just one hand, I'd screw up more easily. Let us begin.
It's another time wait, no, I didn't get to read that properly. Well, like it really matters. Any leak stores? Yeah, actually, I don't think there would be a store that sells leaks. You know, only. Some weird masks there. Really is. It's like that one Michael Jackson video. Actually, I think he's had. Was there more than one video that had like a kind of dance off like they were gonna fight, and then they just like, come at me, bitch, and just like, let us dance. Now, really, when you really think about it, this is a much more preferable kind of way of settling things when you really think about it. Better than beat the crap out of each other, surely. Can you imagine that in an alternative world where everything is solved by dancing? I don't know, though. If card games also solve the world problems as well, like, that'd also be interesting. What would actually be preferable to solve world problems anyway? It all just kind of depend on the world leader's skill at something then, rather than just like, just sending people out to fight wars and just like politicians talking a load of bullets and, you know, just actually sit down and just, well, actually, never mind, actually, because it'll probably be rigged, you know. They'll totally pull a Pegasus and just be cheating the whole time. They'll just be like, this is an unfair card game. Or they could, no, actually, it'd be more fitting to be Kaiba, really, because you'd be like, screw the rules, I have money. How the hell did I end up talking about that? Pay attention to the video. Bound to get some excited. I bet that disco ball's loaded with leaks. Call me an ignorant squash, but what's with the masks anyway? No, it wasn't it. It's Dragon Ball Z! Man, get some fresh ones, you guys. Oh god, that breath. Wait, there was a bad note? Where was that? But, still 330 though. Someday, I'll win. But until then, fuck. Not literally, of course. Get on with it then!
Well, that was a slight bit of fail there at the start, wasn't it? That's because like I said, I use headphones to kind of like, but I don't actually, you know, wear the headphones, because I'm like paying attention to the TV rather than the screen capturing it on my laptop, because I don't know if it's slightly different with the syncing of it at all, so I just kind of focus on the TV since that's the main one, I suppose. So like the headphones on full like last time, but it's like, have you ever like just sat next to someone who's listening to music with their headphones or earphones, and you can faintly hear it, but not in the kind of, when that kind of way. Not like that, like, you can just hear the beat and the overall, but you can't quite fully hear it. It's not the same as, say, like, if you're upstairs and someone's blasting music downstairs, and all you can hear is boom, 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 boom. All you can hear is bass and drums. You can't really make out the vocals or any of the lead instruments or anything, just the bass instruments. So yeah, that kind of distracted me. It's bloody loud, man.
the MMORPG at its anthem.
You know, I've never actually played one of those type of games. I think I mentioned that previously, though. And like I mentioned, this is like the actual, well, default customization module for it, so I'm gonna spice it up a little. And by that, I mean, not really by much at all. I mean, these type of songs where, like, there's a character in it that doesn't really have any, like, vocals, or if they play an instrument or something like that, like, for various points, like, for example, Unhappy Refrain. When we get to hard mode, or extreme mode for that, which I will fail on extreme mode, because I've never been able to clear on that, but hard mode and all that, I will, like, change the characters playing the instruments, because they don't actually sing or anything. So in this case, Miku's default appearance here isn't the one that actually sings, it's the one behind her. So for this, I'm going to actually throw in the extra ones instead. But who shall it be? 3, 2, 1, and 0. It always seems to land on you, doesn't it? You know, in the previous part, I mentioned that one of my ideas was I felt like drawing, and actually did get around to drawing. It was just like, you know what? I once drew Hatsune Miku in traditional Welsh clothes because I was like, oh come on, seriously? All this leak obsession and nobody's ever thought, you know what? Wales. You know, it's a Welsh onion, essentially. That's one of the names for it. And it's like a kind of emblem here in Wales and all that. So how did nobody put 2 and 2 together and just like, you know what? Let's actually throw in some like culture into this and like dress her in Welsh traditional clothes or something. But no, nobody ever did that I could find. So I just did it myself, and I'm doing that for a second time, only I've like drawn Miku along with Rin and Len and just like dressed them in traditional clothes. The trouble with it, of course, is I kind of suck at drawing when it comes to, you know, anatomy. I can draw faces quite well. You notice a lot of my drawings tend to be like stop around about the midsection, I suppose, of the, like just below the chest or so, just as it's about to approach the legs. I usually stop at that point because, well, it's difficult to actually draw like arm movement and all that. Like if their arm is like in a certain position, their hands and all that. But there, you know, just like hands are known for being quite difficult to draw. But if you've seen the Wall of Ki, which actually in that random clip of me playing guitar, you'll actually kind of see in the background. But if you've seen the video where I actually showed it all, you'll see that I'm not really all that bad at drawing like that. I mean, some of it's pretty spot on stuff. Some of it's a bit like a little awkward looking, but some of it's turned out really nice. But the reason for that was I actually had an image to look at to perfect it. So it takes hours and hours of trial and error just going through those drawings. And that's how they came out at the end. Like if I'd drawn it all from just my mind, it would have looked very different, I imagine. But I usually like have an image to look at so I can give a general idea, and with this one that I'm currently drawing, I actually use this game just like, okay, look at the eyes and try to draw it in that kind of style. Because I know if I just did it on my own, it'd probably just look a bit awkward probably, so it's just like, yeah. The stupid thing is, when I was drawing Miku's hair, I was like, wait a second, she's gonna be wearing the hat though, so it's just like, we're gonna have to change her hairstyle a bit. So yeah, kind of random and a bit of rambling, but let's get back to the point. Rin, that's not a good place to be. She might eat you. Oh yeah, I might as well comment on the image that I'll show right before the start of the song here. You might recognize it as, well, maybe not actually, I don't know. I think I showed an image of my desk at one point in one of my LPs. But the image in the background is pretty much an image of my desk, where it's on much better times, honestly, because it's a complete mess right now compared to the image. So, let's begin.
About damn time. She has those old Pokeball earrings again. You know, in edit mode, you get the stage, but you don't get the crowd at all. They're not there. I mean, it's only like half the damn thing. It's the same with the kind of, well, actually, no, there are crowds that do have audiences, but there are some stages that have, like, should have an audience, but there's, like, nobody there. It's just, it's weird. I noticed that this actually has a bit of English in there. RMP? Well, I'll be honest, I have no idea about, you know, MMOs, you know? Come on, there's gotta be something in this for me. I wonder what game she's actually playing. That's like she's frustrated but happy at the same time. And that's generally how it goes, isn't it? Oh, bad note! I mean, seriously, if you're just like banging at your keyboard like that, usually it's out of frustration. Like, ah, shit, I think I broke my keyboard. That'd be kind of funny, actually, when you think about it. Imagine you just, like, you break your keyboard and it's the only computer in the house. And it's like, ah, shit, I'll go online and, ah, that's right, my keyboard's fucked. Shit, I have to go somewhere else and freaking access it. Or when you have an internet connection problem and one of the suggestions is to check online. What a stupid option. I mean, really, what's up with that? It's like, you can't connect to the internet, so connect to the internet to check if you can find a solution. Does it just, like, insist, go to someone else's house or something, use their internet and check and see if you can find what the problem is? Or maybe it actually makes sense and I just have no idea. Well, doesn't matter. 334. Seriously. Do I have to do this shit every time? I need leaks, you know. It's kind of a thing. I collect them. Hand them back! Seriously. Seriously long delay.
Well, there's quite a bit of fail here and there, isn't it? But yeah, that's also like what I mentioned before. She doesn't have a voice at all. She obviously must have a voice. I mean, well, she's not technically a Vocaloid, but she is something like that. I have no idea. I've never heard any of her songs, but I'm pretty sure that she actually has a voice. I think the other two ones actually do have a victory kind of thing, where they actually make some sound, at least. But I suppose we'll see that on Hard and Extreme mode, because for that I'll just, like, each upgrade in difficulty, I'll, like, change the extra Vocaloids for this one, just to kind of, like, be able to include every character, you know? It is fan service time. Seriously, this outfit makes it even more fan servicey than like in her default clothes.
Fan service for me would be leaks. Seriously. Holy mother of tits of the universe. Wow. Wasn't kidding, man. It even has jiggle physics. You know, I was just totally imagining, you know those occasional comments you see where people say something like, I found this old bad note, yeah! You know, the kind of comments though, where they're just like, I find this difficult to masturbate to, or something like that. I can totally imagine someone actually doing that with this video here, and it'd just be like, you find it difficult because a squash is talking to you and it's distracting you. That's quite a bizarre scenario, actually. Yeesh. Yes, the floor is just... Forget I even said that. Just focus on the boobs. Although, honestly, I'd still prefer leaks. So, can you, like, screw up his concentration so I can get some damn leaks back? I mean, you've already got one bad note. Nostalgic for the days when I had leaks. Well, I still have leaks, but they're being stolen at a rapid rate. I've also noticed, I mean, it's pretty stupid after all this, but just noticed her eye color is different. Contacts, I imagine? Well, it's vocalized, so, it doesn't matter either way, really, does it? Man, that camera's loving them boobs. Or maybe it's the belt that it's actually secretly after. Jiggle physics! Oh, shit, it's just one. Ow! 338. No, seriously, I just know it's gonna take forever to, you know, come back into the commentary, and I'll just be like...
Do not even go one song without hitting one bad note.
Hey,
this reminds me of when I was trying to get perfect on easy mode, and I would always hit one awful note. Just one. There'd never be more than one, just the one. And it would always screw me over every time.
Screw it. I'll be back.
Oh god, it's this. How many songs we gone through now? 2, 3... The madness of the I wonder what the lyrics would look like. I mean, I know that's a joke and all, but no seriousness, if you wrote down the lyrics, how many nyas would there actually be? I mean, if you, like, were to write down the lyrics and you didn't write down the exact number of nyas, people would be dissatisfied with your lyrics because they'd be like, no, 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 it's not accurate. You missed out one nya right at the end.
You know, seriously, man, I mean, like, the previous two songs, like, it took forever to get back to the commentary, and the third time around when I actually tried to give my opinion on things, and he just like, I'm gonna talk sooner this time, just like, what the hell, you're gonna miss your flight. Well, it wouldn't have fit anyway. Oh, come on, seriously, how'd she even get in there? You know, generally planes don't crash like that. Well, there's no use applying logic to a music video of this sort, I suppose. I am a wise cat. Oh! You're not very wise because you got a bad note. Come on, seriously. Whoa, 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 what just happened there? Oh, yeah. Maybe the chaos of this music video might be beneficial. Like it was supposed to be the first time, but it wasn't. But this time, it looks like I might get some bananas. In space, nobody can hear you, nya. Well, except for the cats that are with you. The Titanic size ice cream, I guess. This is just chaos all around, isn't it? Loads of Stop kicking soccer balls in my face. That's gonna really screw with editing this, you know, because it'll make it like seem like I've actually commented on it like later, or did I just see another awful note there? Man, it's hard to really notice. I mean, the video's chaotic and distracting on its own. You know, I imagine this being turned into some kind of video game where the final boss is pretty much this. It probably seemed silly and simple enough, but I just know if someone actually did that, they'd make it one of those ridiculously frustratingly difficult games where, like, you know, the difficulty is harsh. It's literally just designed that way. Ooh, an awful note and 2 bad notes. And it's just great. That means 336. Whee! I've got, well, I still didn't get my leaks back, really, because technically well, who cares? At least I got 2 of them back.
This song, man, it changes its kind of pace. I mean, one moment you're like, and then slow down, and then speed up. He's like, ah! And the video doesn't help. It's constantly changing. It's just like, it's so much color and just madness. It's so difficult to pay attention. I wonder what a dog version of this would be like. Woof 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 woof. I don't know. It'd be equally as kind of just like, ah, my head. Seriously, can I at least get through one song without hitting a bad note in this part? Seriously? Just one, at least one.
Was Miku in Jurassic Park there? Well, since he's got a gun, I guess she'll be perfectly fine. Well, not necessarily, I mean... Can you imagine if you just, like, on your own, you got one gun, and you go up to, like, a load of dinosaurs? I don't think you're gonna fare well even if you have the gun, you know? You're gonna run out of ammunition. I mean, have you not seen Jurassic Park 3? Although that one was kind of poorly received compared to, well, even The Lost World has a bit of kind of mixed reviewing, so... You get the idea? It's like you could have, like, weapons, but at the end of the day, if you, like, run out of ammunition or are slow to, you know, you feel it, like, you, like, they'll get at you, man. You'll be T-Rex Chow in no time. Nice guitar, by the way. Another case of English lyrics, I notice. Well, brief anyway. Why is that anyway? Or does it just sound better than saying bye-bye and, well, actually, I don't know. It has a rocking chorus. I have no idea what the lyrics are, though. Hellcaster? Oh yeah, she is actually playing one, isn't she? It's actually in the lyrics, though. Yeah, I think, wait, no, actually, I think it does. There is a Telecaster guitar that you can use in edit mode. But it's not that one, though. Never actually played a Telecaster. Come on, you can screw it up, just take the gun and... You know, this song really shows the variety that Vocaloids can have. It's really pretty amazing, really. I mean, they're like, you know, Vocaloids are basically synthesizers, right? So really, vocal-wise, they can pretty much do any genre. It's all up to the person using the software. It could be playing pop music, jazz, blues, country, rock, metal, anything. I may have hit all those safe notes, but not a bad note. Shit. 341. Seriously, man, getting my licks back is all in vain because you keep taking them back. Assholes. You're clapping. Seriously, what the hell's with those masks?
Well, I failed the first technical zone, hit 9 safe notes, but finally, one without a bad note. Also, the image at the start there was done a rug off. Might as well point that out, because it's quite a random image. So we're going through 5, so we're halfway through another set. Oh man, but it's so time consuming. I mean, we're up to 33 minutes already. I mean, damn. Should we continue on? We'll give it one more song, why not? As I mentioned before, I think this song is about, like, someone who is able to make music, but, doesn't have confidence in their singing, and so Miku takes that role. Honestly, I wouldn't mind making a Vocaloid song. I can, like, provide the instruments, Miku provide the voice. The only trouble with that is, well, one thing, I can't handle drums at all. I'm not really confident in my ability when it comes to bass. I'm more electric kind of guitar, you know. Maybe a bit of acoustic as well, but when it comes to bass, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I can sort of write down some, like, kind of bass to go along with it, I suppose, but yeah. But there's also the fact I don't have the software, and even if I did, I wouldn't have a clue how to use it, most likely. And if it's in Japanese, I would have even less an idea how it works, because it'd all be in Japanese. So yeah, what a shame. Let's begin.
You know, here's an interesting idea. Imagine if there was a Vocaloid song and I was on it. Actually, that'd be pretty weird, really. Perhaps a little too weird, even by Vocaloid standards. Because there are some weird stuff in Vocaloids. I mean, still don't know what the hell that Rin thing is. But the fact that Luca has, like, some kind of chibi-ish tentacle hair thing or something. I have no idea what that's about.
Halt! I think I figured out what the problem is here. At least in this case, it's that damn freaking headphones. I can hear it, and it's really throwing off my concentration, because all I can hear is it's like a slight delay with it, so like I can hear the sound coming from, it's like that kind of thing where you walk in a room, and there's two TVs playing in two different rooms, and you hear like someone just be like, and then in the other room, like, same second, but it has that kind of echo feel to it. It's like, and it's just like, it really throws off the concentration. But turn down the volume a bit, so maybe it won't be as noticeable now, so I can finally concentrate a bit more.
Well, there's a first. What was that? You know what they call those? You kind of look like a ghost. Well, I don't know. You know, what would you do if Miku just, you know, came out of your screen and just, like, ran along your desk and started singing at you? You'd probably be like, whoa, have I been high this entire time and not realized it? Can you imagine if that actually did happen? Can you imagine trying to explain it to people? Like, yeah, this, so Miku, you know, the Vocaloid, it came out of my monitor and just started dancing and singing. Dude, you're high. She also started playing the keyboard as well. She started downloading porn, and it was just like, what are you doing, Miku? Did she get back in? Nope. Can you imagine if the guy just, like, wakes up, he just goes to, like, check his emails and mistakes Miku for the mouse? He'd be like, wow, wow, wow! Holy shit, I think your monitor just exploded. Honestly, I think it might have just completely vaporized, destroyed his entire room. Here is the sheet music. It's all good and all, but where are the lyrics? Well, you know, you just like, just telling you the general key you should be singing. Yeah, it's no good without the lyrics though, is it? The lyrics are G, 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 A, E, G, and things like that. It's weird. What's up with that? Ah, shit, 346. Huh.
Yeah, that freaking headphones, it really does distract. Even when I turn down the volume on the damn thing, it still can be heard quite clearly. And it's about as noticeable as a dog barking. It's like, it doesn't matter, like, what you do, you'll still be able to hear it. It's that loud. It's not like... Well, actually, it's pretty much not all that much quieter than my TV right now, so it's quite ridiculous, really. And I've turned down the volume for crying out loud. No wonder why I was getting thrown off with the rhythm there. I'll have to find those damn earphones. They were much more effective at that. Because the headphones are a lot more noisier. So, anyways, I'll see you next time. And, yes, for the random clip at the end is a Silent Hill reference. And for the first time so far, I might do some more of the sort. It's pretty much not just simply a reference, but I even throw in the clip itself. And I don't mean like I actually show the clip itself. I show it in the form of the Vocaloids acting out the scene with the actual sound from the video itself. So like you'd hear the music from Silent Hill, that kind of faint atmospheric music, and the characters speaking in, you know, if you recall the Silent Hill LP, you remember where they just like would start with the lines. You know, like that. So it's just like, you know, I was like checking for that. I was just like, that's amusing, really. I remember those days. I thought, let's have it like the Vocaloids, like talk like that. Just make it look like they're stuttering the lines, and even throw myself into the game somewhat. Just like appearing whenever I'm saying, oh no, they're stuttering again, and just like then copying them, just random. And I also remember how I came across that now is because, you know, Harry Mason would always say, have you seen a little girl, short black hair, just turned 7 or something like that? But I couldn't tell if it was 7 years old or 11 years old, so I looked it up. So I just typed in Cheryl Mason. And the funny thing is, the first result I got was a website, I think had called CherylMason.org or something. I can't really remember the name, but it had the name in it. And you know what the site was for? I never clicked on it or anything, but what I saw underneath it, given the brief description, I saw one word that really stood out. Therapy. The irony of that. Her name is like linked, well, to be fair, I mean, she did have therapy in Shattered Memories, but come on, that's kind of ironic. That's the one thing Silent Hill characters needed after the shit they went through. But anyways, on with that, and I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time. Excuse me, have you seen a little girl? Short black hair, just turned 7. Ah, I've been expecting you. It was foretold to me through gyromancy. Is that a yes or a no? And now, time for a flashback to the Silent Hill LP itself, in the form of Vocaloids.
Were you ringing that bell? Oh, the stutter's returned. I've been expecting you. It was foretold by gyromancy.